from any harassment coming from these dang Mutalists, which we know those Zerg players like to do. Oh, there they are. Choo choo choo, fly, fly. I'm in a very strange mood today. Where'd they go? There we go. I just need to follow these guys. Follow, fools. They will be taking out some Marines, but as TLO moves out with his 3 Thors, several siege tanks, and Marauders, the Zerg is starting to get a little bit scared, as most Zergs do. The units on the field, 17 Mutalists, 54 Zerglings, quite a few Banelings. The Banelings will not be great against the Thors or the siege tanks, but they will be amazing against the Marines. But there are quite a bit of Marines. They're just very spread out, which is very good because Banelings liked clumped up Marines. But we all know that TLO is better than that. So we will see what just goes on. Maybe this is the game that TLO loses everything. But it looks like both players are near maxing out. TLO is a little bit supply blocked at the moment. Those Zerglings move in, and the siege tanks will be able to take a lot of them out. It looks like the Mutalists are coming around for a flank attack, maybe picking off any reinforcing units. They know that the Terran player is going to be reinforcing in a nice little Congo line all the way down. So picking off the reinforcing units, the siege tanks will be able to keep these units at bay. At the same time, ooh, mama! This Thor is getting some nice little kills. 1, 2, 2. Oh, only 2 kills on that Thor. Not quite worth it. But these Mutalists are getting quite run down. And it looks like the TLO is just turtling quite nicely. And if you don't know, turtling is where a Terran player, it's kind of like a turtle sticking his head in the shell and safety inside the shell. He has his line of siege tanks which he could run his Marines back to. The Marines to run back and save the siege tanks when the Mutalists come in. Thors to help out with that also. A nice little missile turret here to save these reinforcing siege tanks as well. So those things will be dying quite quickly, but taking out a siege tank in the process. More Mutalist harassment on the reinforcing line. If they clump up, this Thor will be right out of position, but it looks like he did the magic box quite nicely, and that Thor was taken out very quickly, not even getting one shot off on these Mutalists as they fly around and making a pain in the butt for everything. This is very nice play by TLO, getting the high ground shot with the tanks, and the Marines will be able to run in and do quite a bit of damage to these Mutalists, but too many Mutalists, it's kind of hard to micro the Marines correctly, and Mutalists in this many number is just hard to deal with. Almost, what is that, 20 Mutalists. Some of them are in the red and orange though, which means they are about to die, obviously. But Butcherski is doing a great job about harassing with these Mutalists, keeping map control, just making sure that he knows everything that's going on in the map. The Zerglings as well. This creep spread helps a lot. The TLO has been fighting the creep spread with scans and things like that. Also, those missile turrets can see any creep tumors. But it looks like TLO might be getting ready to expand. Looks like some drones coming down here. Looks like he's going to be expanding. And that will be... Oh, looks like he already has his base built. And it's floating over as we speak. The transfer has already taken place. And he's just preparing. This might turn into a planetary fortress. This will be his 4th base. For the Zerg player, Butcherski, we have 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 is starting to be saturated. And these Mutalists are going to be checking out to see if anything's going on. But these missile turrets being finished right as they pull up will be a nice deterrent for any of them. They might be able to take out a missile turret or two. With all these Thors and Marines, they have no chance to do anything. Just a refinery that is burning, but will be healed soon by TLO. I know he'll do it. Oh, there it goes. Okay. I was hoping he would, and he did. Ah, I love these Thors. He's a monster. Thor is here! Governor Arnold Schwarzenegger is inside those. Operating every single one. Him and all of his illegitimate kids. They all speak with the Schwarzenegger accent. That was a bad act. That was a bad little parody of that, whatever. So it looks like these mutalisks will be moving in and taking out a few missile turrets. They might even take out a Thor. It looks like the SCVs are like, F this! But with so many missile turrets, looks like they did quite a bit of damage to those those mutalisks. And ooh, fungal growth. No. Oh, one more fungal growth, and they all die. Good fungal growth by you, Butcherski. But a cloaked Banshee will be a pain in the neck for the Zerg players. You're going to have to get some overseers out and move them out here. You might be able to pick off a few infestors in the meantime, which is a lot of gas for any Zerg player. Oh my gosh! Look at the Zerg's gas. Both players are almost maxed out. 193 to 200. TLO is completely maxed out. But we have an overseer moving in. Going to be able to spot this Banshee as he scoots away. Probably trying to pick off any more infestors. TLO just can't afford to have those his Marines be fungal growth like that. Oh, some mutalisks being caught out of position, and and this hatchery is just about to go down. This Banshee is either a total hero or something has been going on. Maybe some hits by TLO. We do have another guy over here just hanging out. We will have to keep our eye on him. We need some overseers over here. Oh, and the Zerg player moves in, but the siege tanks will be fending off that. Still a lot of banelings. We have some corruptors coming out, maybe to be turned into broodlords. It is that late in the game, and the Zerg player does have so many minerals. Same as TLO, but they are completely maxed out. We have 3 attack upgrade on the Marines, and 2-2 on the Thors, which is just absolutely amazing, which also translates over to the siege tank. It's just to attack the Thor. Oh yeah, it's just his air attack and his ground attack. The banelings, oh, they all blow up. It looks like he still has a lot of more Marines left. I'm not sure where they all blew up. There might have been a siege tank in the back. But these mutalisks, as long as they magic box, will be able to take out all these Thors. And it looks like they did magic box. That's where they don't clump up, because Thors do splash damage on air units. And the silence happens again. What do we have over here? There he's retreating. TLO's pulling back. The mutalisks say, no you ain't. They're going to try to pick off any of these tanks which have no defending air units. And he might even be able to take out the rest of his army. But with a Thor, some Vikings, and some Marines with stim packs injected into their little brachial arteries, we'll be able to keep them fended away. It looks like this planetary fortress is running up nice. Lots of air defense to keep away these pesky mutalisks. And the broodlords are on the way, which is the perfect offense to just exactly what TLO has on the ground. We will see what TLO decides to go because of this. It looks like he's getting a little bit more Vikings, but sticking with the Thors and the Marines. Maybe no more tanks. And the infestors, along with all these Zerglings, the banelings are... Let's see, does he have any more banelings on the field? One more baneling, and that is him rolling around. But I think he's found that the banelings are not quite worth it, just because of the siege tanks. The banelings just do not do well when blasted by an artillery round from the siege tank. This Marine knows everything that's going on and is going to be able to take out some drones, and as well as force quite a bit of spawn crawlers, as well as a spore crawler to detect any of those banshees around the town. Let's see how many broodlords we have. So 3 broodlords. No more on the way as of yet. But 3 broodlords can do quite a bit of damage. Looks like he just doesn't have that much supply to work with. He might be saving it up or something like that. He does have way too many minerals, or he might be just looking to build up a ton of spine crawlers. He has 12 more drones on the way, which might be for more saturation or might be for more spine crawlers. We will see. Look at he built just static defensing a little bit. No more static defense over here, so all these bases are pretty vulnerable. Yet we see a monster Zerg army over here with lots of infestors, lots of Zerglings, a few broodlords with their little baby broodlings floating in the air, and nice little flyby with TLO. It looks like TLO's been killing off some overlords somewhere on the map. Overlords are dying, and this little cloaked banshee will be getting some pot shots. So full growth's going down on the Marines, which is always a bad, never a good. So many Zerg units, but both players have quite a bit. I know there's a tab that could tell me how much army they have. Is that it? Oh, that is it. Oh, is that it? I guess this is the cost of their army. I don't know if that includes drones as well. And the battle is ensuing. Lots of Thors. Oh, the clump up on the Mutalisk, and they all go down in a split second. The Blings getting a surround on the Thors, and they will go down as well. And the Broodlords to soak it up. But ladies and gentlemen, all of the